welcome to my newest video. In this video I'll be showing you how to test whether your BMW e46 M3 has a parasitic battery drain and where exactly that battery drain is. So the tools you're going to need for this are pretty simple. All you need is an amp clamp and then potentially you'll need a multimeter as well. So the next thing we're going to want to do is set up the car, which is pretty simple. You're just going to want to open your passenger side door. And then you will need to open your glove box. And then on the top of your glove box there are these two white tabs. One over here and one over here. You're going to want to turn them like so, and then pull this down, and this is your fuse box. So that's all you need to do to set up. Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is remove these rear tail lights. They should just clip off. Once you've removed both of the rear tail lights, you're going to want to come to your amp clamp here and set it to the amp measurement, but on DC. It'll have a straight line next to an A. Then once you do that, it'll probably give you a slight reading, so you're going to want to click this 0 button. And then now that you've zeroed it, you're going to want to put the clamp around the negative cable here. And then you should start getting readings. So for mine, I am getting a reading of 0.034 amps right now. And now you're going to want to let the car sit for about 16 minutes for BMW. That way the car will go in sleep mode, and make sure not to close or open any doors or anything in that time. I'll be back in 16 minutes. Alright, so it's been 16 minutes now, and a way you can check that the car's in sleep mode is that all the lights in the car are turned off. And then we'll come back here to the amp clamp, and in my case we'll see that there is a current of 0.69 or 7 amps running through. Now when your car's in sleep mode, you should be having a current of 0.05 amps or less running through. So this means that I have a draw. Now there are two types of draws. There's a constant draw, which is basically where there is a parasitic draw the whole time, which is the case here. But there's also an intermittent draw where, like, for 1 minute it'll be at 0.05 amps, and then in the next minute it'll be at 5 amps. So you're going to want to check your reading for about a minute or two and make sure that your reading isn't changing that much, and then you can decide if you have a constant draw or an intermittent draw. Alright, so now that we've determined the type of draw we have, there are two methods you can use. The first method is to go through each of these fuses and pull them one by one, and then go check on your amp meter in the back if your parasitic draw has gone away. And if it has gone away, then you know it's that fuse. And the other method is to use your multimeter and set it to DC millivolt, which is this one right here. And then you're going to use your leads and put them on the two openings of each fuse. And then when you put them on there, you're going to want to make sure, you're going to want to hold them there for 2 seconds, and then make sure that the number shown here is 0 or 0.01 or something very small. Now if you have an intermittent draw, you can use these methods as well. The only thing is you're going to need 2 people to do it, because you can only measure these volt drops or take out the fuses when the draw is actually happening and not when it's not happening. So I'm going to start going through these and try to find where my parasitic draw is. Also, just for a quick demonstration, to get the fuses out, there is this little tool here in the middle of your fuse box that you can simply just remove. And then it's like a little gripper, so you basically just go around the fuse you want to remove, squeeze together, and pull it out. It's pretty simple. And then to put it in, you just push it back in. So. And finally, once you have found the fuse that is causing your problem, you're going to want to take out this little piece of paper back here, just slide it out, and on here there is a map of the entire fuse box, so you can look at the fuse number and figure out what it is correlated to. And then of course you're going to want to take that fuse out for the time being until you figure out what exactly the problem is in that circuit. And then after that you can put it back in and you should be all good to go. Well, that's all for this video. If you found it helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.